I'm going to show you the exact 3-spin test I use every single time before I risk real money on a slot machine. This test has saved me thousands of dollars over the years, and it takes less than 2 minutes to perform. But here's what's critical. Most players sit down, insert $100, and start betting $5 per spin without any evaluation. They're gambling blind. I don't do that. I never do that. And after 10 years programming these machines, I developed a systematic test that tells me within 3 spins whether a machine is worth my time or whether I should walk away immediately. This isn't superstition. This isn't about hot or cold machines. This is about observable data that you can gather in under 2 minutes with minimal risk. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what I look for in each of those 3 spins, why it matters, and how to make your decision based on what you observe. Let's start with why 3 spins is the magic number. Before I explain what to look for, you need to understand why I chose 3 spins specifically. It's not arbitrary. During my time programming slots, I had access to millions of spin records. I analyzed patterns, frequencies, and player behavior, and I discovered something important. 3 spins gives you just enough data to observe key indicators without burning through your bankroll. 1 spin tells you almost nothing. It's a single data point. You could hit a bonus, you could get nothing. 1 spin is statistically meaningless. 2 spins is better, but still not enough to observe patterns in symbol behavior or pay frequency. But 3 spins? 3 spins allows you to see if the machine is displaying consistent behavior in terms of near misses, symbol distribution, and pay table execution. Here's the mathematical reality. Most slot machines are programmed with what's called a hit frequency. That's the percentage of spins that result in any win, even if it's less than your bet. A typical hit frequency ranges from 20 to 35%. If you play 3 spins, probability suggests you should see at least 1 win, even a small one, roughly 50 to 60% of the time. If you play 3 spins and see 0 wins, that's not necessarily bad. But combined with other observations, it starts to tell a story. The key is that 3 spins lets you observe without committing. At minimum bet, 3 spins might cost you $2 to $3 total. That's acceptable risk for the data you're gathering. You're essentially paying $2 for information that will save you from losing 50, 100, or more on a machine that's not performing well. That's the mindset. Those 3 spins aren't gambling. They're reconnaissance. Let me walk you through exactly what I do. I sit down at a machine. I don't insert my player's card yet. I don't want the casino tracking this test phase. I insert the minimum amount necessary to play, usually $20. I set my bet to the absolute minimum the machine allows. For most machines, that's 40 or 50 cents. Some penny machines let you bet even less. Spin 1 begins. As the reels spin, I'm not hoping for a win. I'm observing. Here's what I'm looking for. First, I watch how the symbols land. Specifically, I'm looking at the distribution of high-value symbols versus low-value symbols. Every slot machine has a pay table. The high-value symbols are the ones that pay the most. On a Buffalo machine, for example, the Buffalo symbol and the sunset symbol are high value. On Wheel of Fortune, it's the wheel symbols. When spin 1 completes, I count how many high-value symbols landed on the screen. Not winning combinations, just how many appeared anywhere on the reels. A healthy machine will show at least 2 to 4 high-value symbols on the screen after a spin. If I see 0 or only 1 high-value symbol, that's a red flag. It suggests the machine is in a tight cycle, or the virtual reel strips are weighted heavily against high-value symbols in the current state. Second, I look at near misses. A near miss is when winning symbols land just above or below the pay line. For example, if I need 3 scatter symbols to trigger a bonus and 2 land on the pay line while a third lands just above it, that's a near miss. Now, here's the inside knowledge. Machines are programmed to display near misses more frequently than random chance would dictate. It's psychological manipulation. The machine wants you to feel like you were close, so you keep playing. But here's what most players don't know. The frequency and obviousness of near misses can indicate volatility. If spin 1 shows multiple near misses, symbols landing just off the line in a very obvious way, that machine is likely high volatility. High volatility means rare wins, but potentially larger payouts. If I'm playing with a small bankroll, I don't want high volatility. I want consistent hits. So multiple near misses on spin 1 is often a signal for me to walk away. Third, I observe the animation and sound behavior. When the reels stop, does the machine make a big deal out of nothing? Does it play dramatic music or show animations when you didn't actually win anything significant? Some machines will celebrate a 5-cent win on a 50-cent bet, like you hit a jackpot. That's a losses disguised as wins mechanism, and it tells me the machine is programmed to be psychologically manipulative. I don't want to play a machine that's trying to confuse me about whether I'm winning or losing. After spin 1, I mentally note symbol distribution, near miss frequency, and celebration behavior. Then I move to spin 2. Spin 2 is where I start to gather data on pay frequency. Remember, hit frequency is the percentage of spins that result in any win. I'm testing whether this machine is paying at a rate that makes sense for continued play. I hit spin again, same minimum bet. Here's what I'm watching for. First, did I get a win? If spin 1 resulted in no win and spin 2 also results in no win, I'm now at 2 out of 2 dead spins. That's not a deal breaker yet, but it's moving me closer to walking away. Statistically, 2 consecutive dead spins happens, but it should make me more cautious. If I do get a win on spin 2, I evaluate the win size. Is it more than my bet? Is it less than my bet? If it's less than my bet but the machine celebrates it, that's another losses disguised as wins indicator. Second, I'm now comparing spin 1 and spin 2 for symbol consistency. Do the same low-value symbols keep appearing in the same reel positions? For example, if the first reel on spin 1 showed mostly blank or low-value symbols, and spin 2 shows the same pattern, that suggests the virtual reel for reel 1 is currently weighted away from high-value symbols. This is important because it indicates the machine is likely in a low-pay cycle. Third, I watch for scatter symbols. Most modern slots have scatter symbols that trigger bonus rounds. These are usually the highest value events on the machine. If I see 0 scatter symbols on both spin 1 and spin 2, that's notable. Scatters should appear with some regularity. If I'm not seeing any, the machine may be in a bonus suppression cycle. I've seen this in machine data. After a big bonus payout, some machines will slightly reduce scatter frequency for a period. It's subtle, but observable. Fourth, I check for any wild symbols or stacked symbols. Wild substitute for other symbols and increase your chances of winning combinations. Stacked symbols appear in groups and can lead to multiple line wins. If spins 1 and 2 show very few or 0 wilds and no stacked symbols, the machine is not presenting opportunities for decent wins. That's a sign of tight programming. Here's a real example. I was at a casino in Las Vegas last year. I sat down at a dollar store machine. Spin 1, no win, 1 high-value symbol, 2 obvious near misses. Red flag. Spin 2, no win, 0 scatter symbols, same low-value symbols in the same positions as spin 1. At this point, I'm strongly leaning toward walking away. But I committed to 3 spins, so I continue to spin 3 to confirm. Spin 3 is the decision point. This spin will either confirm my suspicions that the machine is not worth playing, or it will give me enough positive indicators to continue. I hit spin 1 more time, minimum bet. Now I'm synthesizing everything I've observed across all 3 spins. First, overall pay frequency. Out of 3 spins, how many resulted in any win? If all 3 spins were dead with no wins at all, I walk away immediately. That's a 0% hit rate over 3 spins, which is far below expected frequency. Even on tight machines, you should see at least 1 small win in 3 spins most of the time. 0 wins out of 3 means the machine is either extremely high volatility, extremely tight, or in a post-jackpot suppression cycle. None of those are good for my bankroll. If I got 1 win out of 3 spins, I evaluate the win. Was it more than my bet? If yes, that's acceptable. 1 out of 3 hit rate with a positive win is within normal parameters. If the win was less than my bet, that's a losses disguised as win situation, and I'm likely walking away. If I got 2 or 3 wins out of 3 spins, that's actually a positive sign, assuming at least one of those wins exceeded my bet. That suggests the machine has decent hit frequency and is presenting opportunities. Second, I look at the cumulative symbol behavior. Over 3 spins, did I see a reasonable distribution of high-value symbols? Did I see at least 1 or 2 scatter symbols? Did I see any wild symbols or stacked symbols? If the answer to all of these is no, the machine is not presenting winning opportunities. The symbols are weighted against me. I walk away. Third, I assess the near-miss behavior. If all three spins showed obvious near misses, symbols landing just off the line repeatedly, that's high volatility designed to keep me engaged through frustration. I don't want that. I walk away. If there were no near misses or only subtle ones, that's actually better. It means the machine isn't trying to manipulate me psychologically. Fourth, I think about the overall feel. This is subjective, but after 10 years programming these machines, I've developed an intuition. Does the machine feel responsive or sluggish? Do the spins feel fast or slow? Some machines have intentionally slower reel spins to increase the time per spin and reduce your spins per hour. If the machine feels slow and unresponsive, I don't want to sit there for an hour. I walk away. Here's the decision matrix. If after 3 spins I've seen at least one win that exceeded my bet, a reasonable distribution of high-value symbols, at least one scatter or wild, and no excessive near-miss manipulation, I'll continue playing. I'll insert my player's card, increase my bet to my normal level, and give the machine a longer session. But if I've seen 0 wins or only losses disguised as wins, poor symbol distribution, no scatters or wilds, and obvious near-miss manipulation, I cash out immediately. I've spent $2 to $3 on 3 spins. I've lost that small amount. But I've saved myself from losing $50 or $100 on a machine that isn't presenting opportunities. Let me give you the real example from earlier, that dollar store machine in Vegas. Spin 3, another dead spin, 0 wins out of 3 spins, only one high-value symbol across all 3 spins. No scatters, multiple near misses, decision, walk away. I cashed out my remaining credits and moved to a different machine. Total loss, $2.40. At the next machine, I performed the same 3-spin test. 2 wins out of 3 spins, good symbol distribution, 1 scatter symbol appeared. I stayed. I played that machine for 90 minutes and walked away up $300. Now let me give you some advanced observations that most players completely miss during these 3 spins. These are insider details that come from understanding how the machines are programmed. First, watch the reel spin speed. Some machines will spin the reels at different speeds depending on the outcome. If the machine is about to give you a losing spin, the reels might spin slightly faster and stop more abruptly. If the machine is about to give you a win or near miss, the reels might slow down before stopping, building anticipation. This is programmed behavior. If during your 3 test spins you notice the reels always spin fast and stop abruptly, that's an indicator of frequent losing outcomes. Second, pay attention to the order in which reels stop. Most machines stop the reels left to right, but the timing can vary. If the first reel stops and shows a high-value symbol, but then the second and third reels take noticeably longer to stop and land on non-matching symbols, that's intentional. The machine is creating a moment of hope followed by disappointment. That's psychological programming. If you see this pattern in your 3 test spins, the machine is manipulating your emotions. Third, watch for symbol clustering. In your 3 spins, do certain symbols appear in clusters? For example, if you see 3 or 4 of the same low-value symbols stacked on one reel, that's not random. That's weighted programming. Stacked low-value symbols reduce the probability of high-value symbols appearing. If you see excessive stacking of junk symbols during your test spins, the machine is not presenting good opportunities. Fourth, observe the attract mode. Before you even sit down, watch the machine's attract mode. That's the demo screen that plays when no one is playing. Some machines will show fake winning spins or big jackpots in the attract mode. If the attract mode shows a lot of action and big wins, but your 3 test spins show nothing, that's false advertising. The machine is luring you in with visuals that don't match the actual gameplay. Fifth, check the payable configuration. Before you do your 3 spins, hit the payable or help button. Look at the top awards. If the top award is something like 50,000 credits, but all the mid-tier pays are under 100 credits, that's an extremely top-heavy payable. That means high volatility. Your 3 test spins are unlikely to show much, because the machine is programmed for rare big hits. If you're not playing with a massive bankroll, walk away from top-heavy pay tables. These advanced observations won't always be obvious in just 3 spins, But combining them with the basic test gives you a comprehensive evaluation in under 2 minutes. Let me share 3 real examples from the last 6 months where this 3-spin test saved me money or helped me find a good machine. Example 1. I was at a tribal casino in California. I sat at a Buffalo Gold machine. Spin 1, no win. 2 Buffalo symbols appeared. 1, near miss. Okay, not great but not terrible. Spin 2, small win. Paid 12 cents on a 40-cent bet. That's a loss disguised as a win. Red flag. Spin 3, no win. Same low symbols in the same real positions. Decision. Walk away. Total cost, $1.20. I moved 3 machines down, same test. 2 wins out of 3 spins, both exceeded my bet, good symbol distribution. I stayed and played for 2 hours, walked away up $470. The 3-spin test cost me $1.20 and made me $470. Example 2. I was at a locals casino in Las Vegas. I sat at a Lightning Link machine. Spin 1, no win, 0 fireball symbols. Spin 2, no win, 0 fireballs. Spin 3, no win, 0 fireballs. 3 spins, 0 wins, 0 feature symbols. Decision, immediate walk away. Cost, 90 cents. I didn't waste $50 chasing a feature that clearly wasn't presenting. I went to a different Lightning Link across the floor. Test spins showed 1 win and 2 fireball symbols. I stayed. Hit the feature within 20 minutes for a $200 payout. Example 3, negative outcome, but test worked. I was at a casino in Atlantic City. I tested a Wheel of Fortune machine. All 3 test spins showed wins. 2 exceeded my bet. Multiple high-value symbols. Scatter symbols appeared. Decision, stay and play. But here's the thing. The test showed positive indicators, so I played, but I didn't hit anything significant. After 40 minutes and $50, I hadn't hit a bonus. At that point, I implemented my time and loss limits and walked away. The test isn't a guarantee of winning. It's a filter to avoid obviously bad machines. This machine passed the test, but variance didn't favor me that session. That's gambling. But because the test was positive, I don't regret the decision to play. The test isn't magic. It's risk management. It filters out the worst machines, so you're only playing machines that are at least showing signs of opportunity. The 3-spin test is simple. Minimum bet, 3 spins, observe symbol distribution, pay frequency, near misses, and overall behavior. If the test shows positive indicators, play. If it shows red flags, walk away immediately. This test has saved me thousands of dollars by preventing me from sitting at terrible machines for hours. It costs $2 to $3 and takes 2 minutes. That's the best investment you can make before committing real money. Here's your action step. The next time you go to a casino, commit to using this test on every single machine before you play. No exceptions. Test first, decide second, play third. You'll be shocked how many machines fail the test, and you'll be grateful you didn't waste money on them. If this 3-spin test helped you understand how to evaluate machines, leave a comment telling me what your biggest red flag is when you test a machine. Hit the like button if you're going to use this test next time you play, and subscribe because my next video is going to expose the 5-word slot attendants use when you're winning too much. Words that signal they're about to take action. You need to know what to listen for. Stay disciplined, test everything, and I'll see you in the next video.